This video was recorded by the dashcam of a man who was visiting the infamous Gettysburg Cemetery one night. There have been numerous creepy videos that freak people out over the years. In this case, the driver of the car was parked and didn't see anything himself at the time. His dashcam, however, kept recording, and after reviewing the footage, it turned out that he might not have been alone after all. To some, it looks like the spirit of a man is walking past the cannon to the right, a man that is wearing an old uniform. It is quite hard to come up with an explanation for this recording, if it wasn't staged, of course. Could this man capture a spirit, possibly reliving his days on the battlefield? What do you think? Rando66 has shared the following video of a man who believes he might have captured the old hag on the side of the road. The video received tons of upvotes and people are baffled. In Europe, a hag is described as a malicious witch who's blessed with supernatural powers. The man swears that he has seen the lady disappear and that he's not fooling us.
And they just disappeared when they got by the tree. I'm serious, man. There was a lady walking and she just disappeared in the sidewalk.
A friend of his crosses the street to check if there's actually anything to these claims. Right after he makes it back, the lady appears again.
¿Qué pasó, güey? ¡Oh, güey, mira! Ahí va saliendo. Mira. Salió del un hoyo, güey, no mames.
It's weird because she seems to pop up right behind the car.
What is that? ¿Qué es eso, güey? Es la llorona, güey, no mames. Mira.
Is it just a deceiving perspective, or is there more to this story? Tonya Sands has shared the next really odd encounter on her TikTok profile. She noticed that a toy that her family has stored on their porch is turning on by itself. Oftentimes, when the young woman is sitting on the outside stairs, she started interacting with the toy, and it seemed to respond to her.
So I'm doing the ripple effect like you guys asked me to. Whatever it is just stays right there. Do it again.
Wow, Johnny!
Do it one more time for me.
Wow, Johnny!
The only way you can get it to make that exact noise that it was making is to turn it to the right.
Whoa, Johnny!
It won't do it again unless you put it in place and then turn it to the right again.
Whoa,
Besides the toy blinking and making noises, she also captured something even more unusual.
You can click this right here and it starts it.
Whoa, turning!
It looks like a white figure that is appearing from behind the car. Perhaps the spirit that is tampering with the toy. Or do you think this is just Tonya's vivid imagination? To me, it looks like a little bit more than that. This is a pretty strange recording, which was submitted by Ronald, and apparently features two friends who were on their way to another friend, and they decided to travel on a supposedly very haunted road. It's not the first time that we hear about ghostly hitchhikers that like to catch free rides. Well, in the video, we see the driver hit the brakes for seemingly no reason. Based on his friend's reports, the driver stated to have seen somebody on the road and was afraid to hit that person. This is when things get really weird. After hearing a weird whisper from the back seat and turning around a second time, there seems to be a weird person sitting back there. Based on the passengers' reports, they did not see anything at the time, but the man recording also did not see any person standing on the road, like the driver had stated before, which makes this whole recording super strange in general. Did perhaps a ghost enter the vehicle, causing this whole scene? And why was the driver behaving so odd? There's a lot of questions for sure, and if it's not just a creepy skit, which could very well be, this video is one of the most mysterious ones tonight. Next video was sent by Enrique, and it was supposedly captured by a man who was friends with Matt West, who was the original uploader of this clip. He was part of a renovation process of a house that was supposed to be remodeled. And before starting the project, the man was going through the property to document what needed to be done here and to get a glimpse for the rest of the crew, and didn't notice anything off when recording.
This is Eddie's house. It's a big old house. Mi hermano le está bien grandota la casa. Puedes a buscar, güey. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Chavarlo? El last door. You must come by your son.
But there appeared to be something wrong when rewatching the video. Did you see that? What appears to be a wheelchair can be seen in the doorway. Interestingly enough, The man didn't see anything at the time. And after turning around, it almost looks as if the wheelchair is passing by. Unnecessary to say that there was nobody around that was actually in a wheelchair. So at what are we looking at here? Was it maybe the spirit of a former resident? Let me know. The following is a recording that was shared by user Abel3E. He had to share it with his viewers because what was captured frightened him to the core. A friend of his has a surveillance camera set up that watches over their backyard. This is the yard during daytime. As you might have already guessed, they believe that the camera has captured a ghost one night. His friend is living next to an abandoned house, and it is not further known if anything paranormal related was ever documented around that residence. Yet, one night, on the other side of the fence, a really creepy event got captured on video. When checking the surveillance footage one night, his friend almost got a heart attack. Now take a close look. It would appear that the spirit of a child is walking by. And make no mistake, could it be a coincidence that it is seen next to the swing set? Perhaps. What is your opinion? Could it just be a regular kid? But why would it be seen on an abandoned property in the midst of night? Let me know. So the video is called Ghost Chronicles Chapter 3, Here They Come. And what Kent is doing is he's telling the story of how everything started in his house, and in today's video we will see some of the creepiest sightings that he has experienced and captured.
I'm sitting here on the porch looking at this apparition of a young girl face to face. It's hard to tell on camera. This young girl has long blonde hair, blue eyes, and she appeared to be trying to tell us something.
You guys
back
see
and
that too?
forth, first at Kaylee, then she looks over at me. She
Like the eyes and the mouth and the nose area.
slowly disappeared as if she faded into her reality.
Way better in this shot, I find. I mean, it could be paranoia, of course, but something that resembles a face, I feel, right?
As if she faded into her reality. Then another apparition shows up. Many months, this apparition showed up at the house looking through the window at us. His visits were so frequent, we ended up giving him a name. Shadow Dude. No, he's not a shadow apparition, but at the time I didn't know what to call him. I go around to the front of the house to see if I could see him outside the window. This was captured.
Oh yeah. You see it clearly in this
A dark
one.
figure walked away from the front window where Shadow Dude was seen. I did not see this with the naked eye. This could only be seen on the camera. If I saw this in real time, there would have definitely been a reaction on my
It's pretty creepy.
Fuller Road. We celebrated Kaylee's birthday. While taking pictures of Kaylee, a clear apparition of a young female with blonde hair was captured. We carefully examined this photo. First, there was nobody in the house that resembled the hair and face of this girl.
Wow. See that? I mean, this is clearly a little girl. Here, look at that. I mean, one would think that that might be a friend of hers, though, right?
There was nobody in the house that resembled the hair and face of this girl.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
I felt this apparition touch me as she moved in front of me. This was a feeling as if long hair brushed against the skin of my face and my arm. She stopped for a split second in front of the camera, as if to pose for a picture, a full-body apparition. You couldn't see her legs.
Hi.
Did you hear that?
I did.
We didn't
What is
see
that?
this during the time of the recordings, and this looked to be frozen in time, just hovering in front of the window.
What is that? It's certainly in the video. I mean, this is weird.
I have no idea what this is.
Me neither. Well, that's not normal, guys. You can tell me what you want, but I don't think this is from this earth.
More often, strange anomalies are captured on camera. I have no explanation what this is. It's rather large, big, and dark.
There is nothing black here. Of course, that's been some time back since that was
I did
recorded.
not see this while recording, and I'm not necessarily claiming this is an apparition. I don't know what this is. Are you in this bathroom? I did not see this in the chair. In fact, I never pointed this out in the original video released because I didn't notice this when putting the video together. Viewers pointed this out to me. When I took a look at this,
The bear? Or whatever that thing is, the doll?
I was wondering how I could have missed this. I can say with certainty this is a small apparition, the size of a small child, and there's something strange on the table in front of it. It looks like this apparition is touching whatever this is on the table.
Yeah, it's like it's having maybe it has a super long arm. Oh, I thought this was a doll or something that he had stored there, right?
I am really glad I don't always see things like this in real time, because when you do see things like this in real time, encounters like this can cause such a deep burning fear in your chest, you never really get over the encounter. You just learn to live with it and move on.
No kidding.
EVP sound. Oh my! Son of a! Oh my God! I can say with much certainty, this is the reflection of an apparition standing behind me way back in the living room.
I mean, look at it. It's certainly a silhouette of somebody.
I didn't see this during the recording, but when I saw this in the recording, this gave me a real eerie feeling.
Right?
Oh!
Whoa!
Oh,
What is that?
God, what the? I don't care if it's snowing, I'm in my house. What I saw at the top of the steps was a very dark figure that moved to the left extremely fast, then repositioned itself on the top of the steps.
Look, there's something on the stairs just flickering. And then he's spolting, in his house shoes. Soaking his socks in the snow.
Oh my God, what the? What I saw at the top of the steps was a very dark figure that moved to the left extremely fast, then repositioned itself on the top of the steps. In the moment, it appeared this apparition was getting ready to come down the steps right at me.
Look at that.
I have seen this exact same apparition one other time. While recording, I walked into the living room. There appeared to be the shadow of a child standing,
Oh, in the left corner.
while another larger shadow figure was kneeling in front of the child. When I approached the living room, the larger apparition grabbed the smaller apparition and took off to the left. The activity
curious.
in this house has gone from simple haunted encounters to much more frightening encounters.
Jesus, that's in the bedroom. Can you imagine waking up to something like that standing right in front of your
I
bed?
feel like I'm the one now crying out for help.
So now we're in the basement, I think. Obviously. Oh, what's there? Look at that. It's the small statue shadow. Wow. I mean, you see that too, right? That's not his own shadow, in case you guys think. Very interesting. And I don't think he saw it at the time. Must have been in an accident when he recorded that. Weird. Weird, right?
Oh, my heart's pounding really super hard. Alright, I need to take a break.
Oh, that thing. I mean, we obviously have seen... I've never seen it warp like that. Look at that, how it's... Oh, I think it's moving towards the left of the window. Look at that head and see how it's... See, just shifting. You can almost make out the fingers. And then, look, his hand is still here. Kinda. But that thing is already moving towards the left. See? That is really weird. And then it's like a dimensional shift happening. This is so... I mean, look, half of it is now to the left, while everything in the room is still okay. People always say it's the camera. It is a really crappy camera, but yet this effect only appears to be on that creature, and now I think it's moving towards the left and disappearing. Look how the head is deformed. This is so weird. The following video was sent to me by Gammy Bear, and he found it in the paranormal section of Reddit. The clip was posted by user Lucky1196. He wrote that it was recorded by an older brother who was visiting a theme park with his younger one. Our cameraman was filming the experience for their family diary and to show friends how fun this evening shaped out to be for the two. However, without the two noticing, something seems to have made it onto this recording that should not have been there. As we can see, there are several passengers along for the ride, but the very last cart is definitely empty. Now, let's take a good look. After a few moments, a dark figure appears to be visible in that last cart, but how is that possible? People say that there are many legends about the land this theme park was built on. And that it might be a spirit that was coming along for the ride. Could this be possible? How else are we explaining this? This figure seems to be gone again after the first lap, only to reappear moments later. A paranormal incident, perhaps. The next video was captured by Cinnamon the Fox, and apparently something really creepy unfolded in her aunt's garage. It's relatively small, but... Alright, there's something moving in front of the camera. thought at first it was an insect maybe, but... Well, that is certainly weird. Look at that. It looks like a silhouette now that is walking towards the left side of the garage. Even if somebody was standing on the lower part of this capture, I don't know how it would then just move like that. It actually looks like somebody is moving there now.